Hey, Color Squad. Welcome back to Color Me Glucose. Well, you guys, I don't know what is more annoying, either running out of the toilet paper or running, for me as a diabetic, running out of this pen right here, Humalog. This was the first thing that I was worried about before I was worried about anything else. I wasn't worried about toilet paper. I wasn't even, it's crazy, I wasn't even worried about food. I was worried about how many of these bad boys or how many backup vials I had. Because if stuff really does get bad, I know Lily and I know some of the other groups that make Solo Star and things like and other insulins are saying they have enough, but we don't know how long this is going to last. So, do they honestly have enough of this stuff? Is it really going to last as long as they say it's going to last? We don't know. So, to me, my first thing was to make sure that my if you guys caught my video for T1D Lifestyles with that's going to be airing, that already started airing today, and Anita Nicole Brown will do hers Saturday. If you guys caught that, um, it's good to have an emergency knowing of what you can have diabetic wise for your stuff. But it's also better to know that you have at least a supply available at your ready hands right now to be able to do what you need to do. Because, technically speaking, for me, I know it sounds crazy. Food and toilet paper and stuff wasn't a priority. This stuff was. Because both my mom and myself use the same one now, it kind of works out for us. But then again, it doesn't because I use way more insulin than she does. She just got hers cut back. I still use more than she does because I'm using it in my insulin pump all day long. I can go through almost a vial and a half or more, depending on what's going on. But physically, for me, this was the most important thing. It wasn't toilet paper and it wasn't food. But mind you, now I live with my family. So my mom and my dad and my daughter, our dog, who's blind. Love my little baby girl, but she's blind. You already know about the Angel. We already told y'all about that. Her name is Angel. So I love them. And we're always going to be prepared because my dad usually makes sure we have what we need at the house. And my mom tries to, but she can't right now because of her health. Mama Glucose is not doing good. But please keep praying for her, you guys. It's just, it makes me freaking angry. It really does because I know for a fact they don't know how long this is going to last. So having plenty of this that us diabetics can get a hold of is really more important than anything else in this world. But we still need food. But technically speaking, your body can still, on the regular person's average body, could live a couple of days without food if they don't have water. If as long as they have water or something like that. I have energy shakes and things like that. I could, as you see, live off the fat of my land. Yeah, I don't have a problem saying that. A lot of people do, but I own who I am. So I love myself. To love thyself is to know thyself is to love thyself is my thing. So what I'm saying is you guys, it doesn't bother me none if I lose some weight, but it does because as a diabetic, it's bad. Since I'm on so many steroids and medicines, it's bad. It's not a good thing at all. It bothers the living mess out of me if I don't have this. I've gone days where I don't eat, but whoops, that I still have to have this. You and I both know you're still supposed to test. You're still supposed to do what you're supposed to do. My hair is jacked up, so I'm sorry if I keep pulling at my hair. I'm looking in the camera and I ain't liking the way it looks. Can't get to my hair beautician anymore. So all that got canceled too, which sucks major right now because I was gonna do some major changes this year for y'all, but actually for myself. But I can do some of it at home, but I don't really cut my hair like that. And being that I'm hurting, I can't cut my hair right now anyway. There are some salons that are open that are not supposed to be, so I may have to slide on down to one of the non-normal salons and get my hair did because I need to get my hair busted. I don't care what happens, zombie apocalypse, whatever. I'm gonna look good during the zombie apocalypse. I don't care. So but what worries you guys? Were you concerned? Was this your first thing that you went through towards to make sure that you had, or did you worry about the essentials as they call it, which is food, water, first aid kit. And you know what? Our family is so bad. I don't even think we have a first aid kit around. If we do, we have pieces of first aid kits. Like, I make sure we have alcohol, peroxide, we have ointments, we have band-aids. I make sure we have it. It's not per se in a first aid kit, which I'm really bad. I used to always have one when I was younger, before I had, like, my daughter was really young. But now that she's gotten older, I don't even worry about that stuff. I just make sure I have the pieces. I put them in a certain place in the house, or a couple different places, and we good. One of those things. I don't know what to tell you guys. But literally, I mean, like I said, my first thing was this. That was insulin. I was worried, and I actually had, right before this happened, my doctor, something was going on, and we didn't get the insulin approved right, or it was the pharmacy swore up and down it wasn't supposed to be done at a certain time that my record showed it was supposed to be done. The pharmacy was wrong. It's supposed to be done. So my doctor, I gotta talk to him Thursday when I go in, because he lowered my insulin, and I take more than what he's saying I take. So because of this new control IQ, it's not showing that I'm taking it, but I do take it. He doesn't understand that I've had to dump insulin when your cartridges and stuff go mess up, tell you not to pull that insulin out. We know y'all all do it. I do it some days. I'm guilty of it, but I try not to, because I never know if it's degraded. If it's only a couple of minutes, I don't pull it. I don't pull it out. I ain't even trying to hear that mess. Whatever. Oh well. Okay, Sarah. That's where I'm at. I pull it right out the thing, which is bad. It's very bad. But if I just put it in a couple minutes beforehand, there's no way it's going to degrade that quick. So I pull it out and put it into the new cartridge. But sometimes I've noticed, one time I thought it went in right, and it locked it up. I didn't know cartridges could do that, but it somehow locked it up, and I couldn't get it back out. One of those things. I'm going to make sure I have these wherever I need them at. I try to keep some, which is stupid. I keep some of my I still have a Pedra left. Thank God I have a little left. So I didn't finish using it when I switched over, because Doc kind of wanted me to stop, but I didn't get rid of what I had because it was good until sometime this year. And I think I have some. I may have a couple good till next year. So Danielle's not wasting insulin. I kept some of it, not knowing that this mess was gonna go down the way it is, the pandemic. I'm sorry, you guys. I know I shouldn't be a stupid idiot about the pandemic, but it drives me up a flicking wall. It really does. I'm really not feeling this whole situation. I'm not happy. So, but I'm just telling you guys, I feel like insulins and diabetic supplies should have been the first thing. As a diabetic, you guys should have been worried about over food and everything else. Food will come and you will be able to get it. It will be hard unless we keep getting hoarders. I think I heard somewhere on Instagram or something or YouTube or the news. I don't know if it was the news. I know for a fact it was on social media. I heard somebody was hoarding supplies for diabetes. They were selling them, and they may be bad supplies, like really, really years old supplies. If it's years old, I wouldn't use it. I don't care how much you need it. I wouldn't use it, because you never know if it's good or it's not. You have to worry about yourself and your body. Knowing my little Draco Malfoy, which is my insulin pump, as you guys know, look, it's ugh, sometimes I hate Draco. He gets caught up in the roles, the roles of life. So, my little Draco Malfoy, which has Anita and Nicole's skin on there right now. Anita, if you're watching this, I'm waiting on my other skins. I won a contest. I'm still waiting on the skins. I know we got other stuff going on, but might as well mention it. Love you, Anita. You know I do. So, I physically am worried about those supplies. I was almost out of supplies when I got my Edgepark supplies done too, because first of the year again, you go through medical. Unfortunately, I maxed mine out so quick it's not even funny. This year, I kind of put off going to doctors and things, so I didn't max it out as fast, so I had a copay to pay. Luckily, I don't know how mine works. I think it went off the deductible, because my deductible was like, I don't mind telling you guys, it's like $300, right? For me, and then $300 for my dollar, so that's $6. I have really good insurance, but I don't, because there's a lot of stuff I can't get. I'm fighting to get a wheelchair right now, which is bad. So you won't see me doing a lot of stand-up videos at all anymore, because my body can't take it. And you guys know my health is because of my weight is because of my health and the Ehlers-Danlos, which I will talk about that later. I'm actually going to talk about it here in another couple videos because it's time. And I'm finally coming to grips with it. And I'm okay with it now. So I will talk about how it affects me and everything later. That will be in another video. But literally, I'm fighting insurance companies, and I don't have time to fight them for this stuff. So I did have to pay a small copay, which I'm lucky about. But I really am not, because I had to pay another major copay again. Like I said, check out Eli Lilly. I know we all have a problem, and hashtag insulin for all. It really shouldn't be expensive, but I don't mind telling you guys this. But I'm on part-time now. I'm only working 20 hours a week, and that's hurting me. If I wasn't living with my mom and dad, I would be homeless. Totally homeless right now. That's bad. I would be so homeless it wouldn't be funny. But our family got to the point where everybody got sick. We started believing in. We heard people tell us about extended families. We really do believe in it. So personally, I'm good with it. Extended families is good for me. If you can do that and you guys can get along, take that vacation and get away from each other every once in a while. Do the small trips. Do what you got to do as your additional family. If you guys can get along, especially in today's time and what's going on, do it, because it will save you money. It will save you grief, child care, and all kinds. It'll save. It really will save. It does work out in the long run. I know everybody's like, how'd you do it for 22 years? My daughter's 20 years old. We fought. We did have our days. We had problems, but because blood is thicker than water, we dealt with it. It's one of those things. You just have to deal. And this is like, I have to deal. So I try to pay for all my own medical. My parents helped me out, and I've gotten to the point where I don't always go because I don't want them paying for it, which is bad. So they forced me to do it a couple times, and I'm glad they did, because I ended up really sick if I hadn't done it. So, like, for a 90-day supply of these, which is like, it was 8 boxes, now it's 6, but it's going to be 8 again, because I need to get on Doc and tell him to get off of what that pump said, because I just almost, if I hadn't had a little bit of extra Apidra, I'd have been in trouble, because I ran through my pins, and luckily I had a little bit of a backup supply. I was trying to keep a backup supply somewhere. I had a couple of boxes left of Apidra. So I don't have enough to give away, so I do apologize. Don't ask me. I really don't have it. I'm so sorry, but I only had enough for me. So I'm so sorry about that. If anybody asks, I don't have enough to hand away, so please don't ask. I'm just putting it out there in the universe right now, so nobody's like, oh, well, she's got extra, she's rich. No, I'm not rich. My doctor didn't want me using it, is what it was. So I stopped, but I didn't get rid of it. I was going to give it away, and then my mom got really sick this year, and I didn't give it away, but I'm glad I didn't give it away, because now I need it. So I ran out. I tried to tell him I was going through 8. He didn't believe me. All of a sudden, he took, I got one of 6 boxes. He took 2 away, which was bad for me, because I actually needed it. I had problems and I needed it. I didn't have the extra insulin. I got really sick. No insulin. So I had my leftover Apidra, so that's what I used. I am going to have to let him know I need the insulin back. He's not going to want to give it to me this month, but he's not that bad of a doctor. He's really, really good. I love him to death. I'm due. So he listens to everything I have. He puts in my EDS into factor, because he knows it's hurting my diabetes. It's hurting it bad. My doctor for my back has just said that he's got to watch my back because of my diabetes. He's afraid that it's hurting it. So, which was funny, because I was never told that before. Different neurologists, different good opinions of what they believe is going on. So, I'm sorry, you guys, I'm hurting some. I'm hurting more than some, but I do these because I love y'all. That's why I do these. But physically, this should have been your first priority. As this situation goes down, you guys should have worried more about insulin. And, well, you know what? I'm not going to say that. You should worry about eating and family, but this should have been a priority. Let me say it this way. This should have been a priority for a lot of us diabetics, especially type 1s. It should have been a priority. I know it's hard to say that, especially if you're in the middle of deductible issues and nothing is free out here. But please check with Eli Lilly, check with Roche Diabetes, check with anybody who does medicine, Solo Star makers, anybody who does it. And I'm sorry I don't know all the companies, because I used to, but I don't. My mom, she's able. I can't use certain insulins. My mom can do Atlantis. For some odd reason, I couldn't do it. We didn't try it again, but they said I couldn't do it, so we're not even worried about me trying it. We just, since I only use an insulin pump, I only use one insulin. I don't do a long acting. I only do this. Now my mom does both, but I don't. I only use this. So and my Pedra when I need to. So what I'm saying is you guys please make it a priority. I know, and if there are diabetes in the community, if you guys have a little extra that you can spare, if somebody needs it, please give it away. Help out. Do that. Do that for somebody. If you have extra supplies, I mean, like tons of boxes that you know good and well either will expire soon or maybe a little expired, and you can help give some away to help somebody else out. Let's be dia friendly. That's what I'm gonna call it. Dia friendly. Hashtag dia friendly. Let's do it. Let's help each other out. If I have stuff, people know I have always given away products. I've given away my old Medtronic products. I've given away test strips that I had extras of. This time I really don't have extras. Unfortunately, I got down to that point where, because of my transfer out of full-time position to just 20 hours a week, and I've not been paid because I've been on disability, and long story short, I didn't get paid yet. So I'm still waiting on an appeal to go through to try to get paid for my job. So I'll tell you, life sucks. It really does. I mean, like I said, I'd be homeless. I would be totally homeless if things didn't work out right. I'm so sorry, you guys. My stomach and chest are hurting really bad right now. Give me a hot second. This is another thing I worried about. Meds. Let me breathe. One more time. Okay. So sorry. Okay, so where was I at? Medicines. Medicines are super duper important. So important. Like, I'm telling you, everybody, especially type 1, should have been worried about this. What the frick? I'm so sorry. I don't know what's going on with me today, you guys. There should have been, this should have been at least number 3 or 4 on your list of important things besides family and food and the essentials. This stuff should have been liquid gold. It should be liquid gold right now for you, because you know you need it. Type 2s need it too. I'm not going to say gestational. Any type of diabetic who's on insulin should worry about not getting this. But like I said, check out Eli Lilly. They just put out a message, I think even on Twitter a little bit ago, a couple hours ago. Check your Twitter feeds, update them, make sure you're getting it from every major diabetic group that you get supplies from or know someone who gets supplies from there. They said they have our back, they have us covered. So hopefully it's pig insulin. I hope the guy who, and I gotta go back and find out who that was, the guy who was working on trying to make this more affordable pig insulin wise, I'm hoping that he is gonna help us out and comes up with some fantastic thing about this, that we can get it and it not cost so much. Because literally, like, oh, I meant to tell you guys, I don't mind saying it. I don't normally, but I don't mind saying it. With my insurance cost, which was thousands of dollars for 6 boxes, oh my God, thousands of dollars. Because I called Eli Lilly and got on their Lilly Cares program, because of my financial, and that's how they go off of what you are and aren't making. From what I'm understanding, that's what I was told. They physically, I only had to pay $90 for a whole month, which is good for me, because I was paying, you guys know, almost over $1,000, especially for that 6 boxes, especially 6 boxes. This bad boy. Oh my God, so not happy. 6 boxes. It's got my information on the front, so I'm not gonna turn it all the way around like that, but I am. So 6 boxes of this mess right here. Wow, it's a lot. It really is. So I'm just saying, you guys, diet friendly. Get diet friendly. If you know somebody who might need some help and you can help us out a little bit, I'm not saying supply the person with 50 million boxes of stuff. I'm saying maybe a pin or two here and there. I'm saying help a sister out, help a mama out, help a sister out, help a friend out, help a buddy out. We're all brothers and sisters when it comes to diabetes, no matter what grade we are. Okay, you guys, I don't want nobody to think just because I'm a type 1, I'm only helping type 1s. No, I help out anybody. I helped out a mom that had gestational diabetes, and the only way she was going to be able to have her kid was if she got supplies, pump supplies and things. I gave her my old a whole bunch. I had a whole bunch left when I switched over from Tandem. I mean from Medtronic to Tandem, which I will never go back to anybody else's pump unless it's maybe Omnipod. I am kind of thinking about Omnipod again, but I'm not going. I'm not going pod. I can't do the pods. It's just me and the pods and try to find my PDM every 5 and 10 minutes. I lost my PDM more than it was worth. Went on a vacation, almost left it at the vacation spot in Hawaii in 2013. I ain't been on vacation since 2013 because of my health. This is sad, but literally I left that thing everywhere for like a straight month. I couldn't even use a pod because I lost my PDM in the house somewhere. It took me forever to find it. I found, well, good thing I was a meticulous cleaner. I always used to organize my room. Well, that month I hadn't, and we had some major things happen because we had moved, and it was sitting in a box. I almost threw it out in trash. So that's just something, right? No, we're not. I love Omnipod, but I can't. I just can't do it. Can't do it. It's all I can do to remember my iPhone most of the days. And I mean, if I didn't have a reason I'd have it, I probably would have one of them old flip phones. I'm not gonna lie. So but literally, you guys, we gotta remember that insulin is something we have no choice. We gotta have. We gotta have it. So to me, that is my number one priority right now, besides my family's health, is insulin. I got to have my insulin. So I'm, all jokes aside, you guys, I wanted to start making some videos again, but I saw some people talking about it. A lot of a lot of diet buddies in the community about what their first priority was. And I first said toilet paper. No, it wasn't, because Danielle was on Amazon. Why are you playing? Amazon bulk toilet paper. I don't care if it's not name brand. As long as it wipe my booty, I'm good. My tushy, I'm good. I'm all about it. And yes, it's all good. I was totally good about that. It didn't bother me none of this bit. I had my family covered. It was all good. So I did a lot of ordering on Amazon. I did, because Amazon Prime, I'm not gonna lie, I get a lot of my supplies off Amazon Prime. So I'm just gonna let you guys know, you have in priority what you feel like you have in priority, but that was my priority as a diabetic. First thing, I was on the phone, and it happened to be I was on the phone. I kind of knew about a lot of it going down when I started watching some stuff and checking some websites and things. I knew a lot more than most people did, I guess, because of the channels that I went through. But and everybody I knew about it was talking about it, and then all of a sudden it hit big because they were talking about it when it was like supposedly not a big deal. I paid attention to that stuff. I'm one of those crazy zombie apocalypse preparer people. Yeah, so Danielle had this on point. Color Me Glucose was there. She really knew. So she was like, nope, start supplying now, get stuff stocked up. But in all honesty, I had to get the stocked up anyway. So I was like calling doctors and everything. I was on phones for days. It made me so mad. I was PO'd. So I was like, okay, let me get this done, get this taken care of, and let's get it done. So I did. But you guys, I'm just saying, make diabetics, type 1s, don't insulin rash. Don't ration insulin right now. I don't care what happens. Go to the local stores and get the cheaper insulin if you have to. But there's so many communities out there that are helping people out. Please check and get this done. Make sure you have what you need. Reach out to people in the diet buddy community. We will help you guys as much as we can. I know for a fact there's groups out there on the internet, Facebook and everything. You guys can ask. Diet sisters, you name it. You go and ask it. Somebody has it, they're going to help you. So might not be a bunch of stuff, but you never know. Somebody's going to help you. Check your local community, check the hospitals. And the hospitals are very strict about people going up to them now, but that, technically speaking, I'm going to tell you right now, if you have a situation where you run out of insulin, and you can't get it, not even within another week or two, get your body to the hospital. The emergency room will give you a supply. I think it's a 10-day supply or something like that of insulin, maybe a little bit longer. Because I know several people who've done it recently, not myself, but several people who've done it recently just because they weren't getting their insulins. And their doctor was stuck out of country or something like that during this time frame, and they had to wait for them to get back, and the insurance company and people wouldn't deal with it. So I'm just telling you guys, do yourself a favor. Make sure you get things taken care of. Seriously, make sure you get things taken care of, because you don't want to wait till last minute to do anything like this and then something like this happens. Trust me, I'm gonna be beating somebody's door down. I'm gonna be the first one at a pharmacy trying to get something taken care of and work a deal out. And my pharmacy loves me to death. Unfortunately, they do, because they see me all the freaking time. Every week I'm at the pharmacy for something. So I'm messed up, but I'm working to try, since my ketamine and my trigger points got cut off because of all this mess. That's why I'm so mad. I say, I'm upset because I'm in so much pain. I'm in a lot of pain right now. That's why I gotta cut this short tonight. I am going to be hurting a lot more. I'm going to get the videos out, but bear with me. I will get them done. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to cut this short, but like I said, what was your first priority? Mine was this: not food, not toilet paper. Well, really, take that back. This was my third priority, but it was a major priority is what I'm saying. It wasn't one of those things I thought about months later after this had already hit. I thought about this stuff ahead of time as much as I could, but this was, as soon as I found out they were about to start this mess, this was it. And then toilet paper. Actually, it was that and then toilet paper, which was funny. It really was. It was my insulin first, toilet paper second. And I knew I could figure something out. Tissues. Tissues are good situations for that. Oh, and also, I've got a hack, but I'm not going to show you the hack tonight. I will do a hack video here next week. I'll write it down and do one maybe next week. I'm going to try to bust a video or two out every week now, especially since we've got to stay by ourselves in solitude in the house. And I also want to know what what's your social distancing ideas. I've got a bunch. So I'll do the hack. I'll tell you what, I'll do the hack with the social distancing maybe next week. I'll put it down as a next week thing. I'll write it down and write social distancing, distancing, sorry about that, and a hack. I got a couple hacks for what you can do with your insulin pumps and stuff, and I'm just not going to tell you the whole thing, but I've got a couple hacks I've got out, and I'm not sure, I don't ever think I've seen them on the internet. They might have been, but I don't think no one's ever talked about them, especially for this time frame, so you guys are going to love me. So especially since they sell these things in certain stores, and I'll tell you the stores and everything later. But okay, gotta go, guys. I'm hurting. I gotta get going. Have a good day. Have a good night. Bye.